What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be taking apart a brake caliper for powder coating. This works for powder coating or rebuilding. Every once in a while I like to get on YouTube and see if there's anybody out there that does things a little bit faster or has something that they can teach me. But all I happened to see was a bunch of guys warning you about, anything over a single caliper or single piston caliper is difficult. First one's easy, but anytime you get into dual, quads, 6 piston, it gets really hard. That's truly adorable. Really all we have to do is think about how the brake works and how the caliper works. So you got the piston set in here, you got the pads here. You push the pedal down, the pistons extend against the rotor, slowing the vehicle down to a stop. You release the brakes, it automatically adjusts and stays in the position. So what I see is guys tearing these things down all the way. I took the bracket off. To do this the easier way, you kind of need the bracket because you need the pads. You can do it with wood, but it's a little bit harder to do it that way. If you just take the extra 2 bolts out, take the bracket out, keep the pads in, or put the pads back in after you get it. This thing is, taking them out is so simple, it's not even funny. I'm getting the bracket powder coating as well, so it works for me taking that off as well. I haven't taken anything, I didn't take everything apart like you see guys do. The only thing I've taken apart is you take the brake line off, the bleeder valve is still in place. You can do this either or. You can keep the brake line on and take the bleeder valve off. Doesn't matter. I like the brake line side. To do this, all I'm doing is I'm using a piece of old wedge wood. This is wedge for when the car's too short to get a jack stand under, you drive on it. And then a simple air gun. So the only thing that we're going to do is I'm going to put the piece of wood inside between the 2 brake pads. Just like that. I'm going to take the air gun, and where the brake line used to be, I'm going to put the air gun in, and I'm going to give it a shot. Now, I'm not sure if you heard that pop or not, but the pistons came out a little bit, and they're compressing the wood. So I'm going to take the wood out, and then I'm going to start using my wedge, and I'm going to back it down slowly. Now you can do this faster if you want. If you do it too fast, you're going to end up with one side out, and then you're going to be like everybody else on YouTube complaining about how hard this is. So I'm going to put the piece of wood in. I'm going to go by feel sort of so you can kind of see it. Then give it another shot. One side's beating the other, so then I'm going to swap over to this side, and then we're going to catch back up. The wedge part you kind of want in the middle of the pad, and then I'm going to give it another shot, and now they compress further together. So I'm going to take the wood out, and as you can see they're getting further and further out. I'm going to put the wedge in all the way, give it a shot, press a little more. Now I'm going to pull the wedge all the way, or not all the way out, but almost all the way out. Press them a little bit more. Now I'm going to take the wedge all the way out. And now as you can see, they're almost compressed. The calipers are coming out. The pistons are coming out. Now we're going to give it one more shot, and they're going to squeeze together. And you want to be careful here. Do not put your fingers in between here because it will smash them together. So here we go. There we go. Now I'm just going to take the brake pad out. One piston. The boot came off with this one. We're replacing the boot anyway, so. Oops, one of them didn't come out all the way. Just got to work it out just like that. Most of the time they'll fall all the way. This one didn't fall because the boot came out. I should have stopped it when I didn't. But now take the piston out. And now the only thing left as far as this caliper is concerned I got to take the other boot out. These boots are pretty bad, so good thing we're replacing those anyway. So I'm not going to be as careful. If your boots aren't messed up, you can take these out really easy and you can reuse them on your rebuild, depending on how many miles that you have on it. And then the last thing for powder coating wise is there's a little rubber ring right here and one right here. Some are O-rings, some are rings. You just got to disrupt the ring, which I use a little plastic tool to do that. Pull one side out and then it'll pop right back out. I had one somewhere else. I'm gonna use a screwdriver, but you gotta be real careful if you're using metal so that you don't pierce it. This one's not as bad because, like I said, it's getting new ones, but and that just slides right out. And this one slides right out. And then all I gotta do is take the bleeder off. And now this thing is ready for powder coat, rebuild, whatever you want. Hope you liked the video. Like, subscribe, ask any questions that you have. I'll do my best to answer them in the box below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I can hopefully help you guys out and do it a little bit easier. Check back in as soon as these are done being powder coat, and I'll show you a way easier way of putting them back together than what everybody's doing on YouTube. So, thanks for watching.